Hello guys, in this video I will share with you sample PI cognitive assessment test questions for practice, and I will also explain how you can go about answering them, plus sharing with you some special tips and tricks as to how you can ace these questions in no time. Best part is that you should expect 50% of these sample questions to reappear in your final test, and I will explain more later in this video why do I say this out of such confidence. Now, similar to this video, I have multiple other videos on my channel where I share similar practice questions and explain how you can go about answering them. So I highly encourage that you check out those videos as well. Now, I do have one favor to ask of you. That is to press the like button for this video and also subscribe to the channel, as this tells YouTube that this video and my channel is favorable, and hence it kind of expands my channel, which allows me to improve the quality and the quantity of content that I post on this channel. So please make sure you like this video and also subscribe to the channel. Now, before we move into the questions, I have one master tip for you. That is to practice, practice, practice. The more you practice, the better you will get at this test. What I did was I sifted through the web and found this website which offers sample practice tests which are as close as it can get to the real test that you will get in the final day when you're appearing for the test. Now, the reason it is important for you to practice test online is not just for you to get better at answering the questions, but also for you to familiarize yourself with the format of the test. Where will you see the clock? Where will you see the next button? What would be the fonts? Because if you appear in the test without making yourself familiar with the format of the test itself, then you will be wasting your time during the test to get yourself familiar with the format. So it is better that you practice test in a way as if you're appearing for the final or the real test, not just to answer the questions better in a better way and practice the questions, but also to get yourself familiar with the format itself. So when on the final day you appear in the test, you are kind of ready and you get going answering and acing that test. Now, in case even after watching these videos and after the practice test, you still don't feel comfortable and ready or prepared to appear in the final test, then my friend, I also offer one-to-one coaching services for this test as well. You can book a session with me using the link that I will leave in the description of this video. Now, lastly, coming back to the claim that I initially made, which is that more than 50% of the questions that you will find on my channel will be repeated in the final test. The reason I know this for a fact is because I have seen the final test multiple times, and I've taken these questions or most of these questions from that final test itself. And many of the folks that I've coached and I've trained, when they appear in the final test, they come back and give me this feedback that they kind of saw similar questions or same questions for the most part. And hence, I highly encourage that you get familiar with all the videos that I have on my channel, because I capture all these questions which you should expect to receive in the final test. Now, without further wait, let's get going into the practice questions. So let's start with question 1. Here the tip is that as you are reading this question, you should write it in form of a formula. So most of the people, what they do is they first read the question and then they reread the question. When you reread the question, you kind of waste time. So we will read it once and we will understand it and convert it into numbers. So you are in charge of a crew that inspects cars. Okay, this is something we can't convert into numbers. Each car takes approximately half hours for one person to inspect, which means one person per car equals to 30 minutes or half hour. So I converted this into a formula. Now, the normal crew has 10 people, so total number of person equals to 10. If you have 320 cars that need to be inspected, how many hours will each of the inspectors need to work, which is total number of cars is 320. So we've created a formula. Now we don't need to reread the question because we have kind of summarized it and created a formula or written it down in form of numbers. Now we solve it. 320 cars with one person will take how much time, which is 320 divided by 2, half of it, because each car was taking 30 minutes or half an hour. So 320 cars per person will take how many hours? It will be 320 divided by 2, which is 160 hours. And if there are 10 person working on the car, then how much time will it take? So one person was doing it in 160 hours, 10 people will do it in 16 hours. So our answer would be B. Now question 2, again similar to question 1, what we need to do here is as we are reading, we need to convert it into formula. So product A costs twice as much as product C. So A equals to 2 into C. Product C costs less than product D. So C is less than D. And the same as product B, which is C equals to B. Now I don't need to read the question anymore to understand it because I've created an equation for it. Now reading the conclusion, product D cost half as much as product A, which is D equals to A divided by 2. Now here C equals to B is meaningless because we are not using B anywhere. So we will get rid of that equation altogether. And these three equations are important for us, which is A equals to 2 into C, C is less than D, and D equals to A by 2. Now what I will do here is I will just plug in some numbers just to see if the assumption is correct or not. So if A equals to 2 into C, let's assume C is 3. So if C is 3, A equals to 2 by 3 equals to 6. So A will become 6 if C is 3. So if C is 3, A will be 6. We know C is less than D, which means that D can be 4. It cannot be less than 3. It cannot be 3. It has to be more than 3. So D can only be 4 or higher or above 3. We are not using decimals here, so I'll assume 4 here. Now the question is D equals to A by 2? So we know A is 6. So if divide 6 by 2, D will be 3. D is not 4. While we want D to be more than 3. However, based on the assumption, D will always come out to be 3 or less. Now here we know that D has to be more than 3, but the answer that we are getting is that D is coming out to be 3. So no matter what numbers you put in, D will always come out to be equal to C, which shouldn't be the case because we know that C is less than D. So D has to be higher than C. However, whatever numbers we plug in the equation, we will always get D equals to C. Hence the answer is incorrect. Number 3, this is a sequence pattern, which is 4, 7, 11, 16, 22. Here the tip is always start with addition and subtraction first. This is the easy way to do it. You will find that most of the questions can be simply solved by doing addition and subtraction. So here what we do is that we minus the number which is in place 2 from place 1, number which is on place 3 to place 2, 4 to place 3, and so on and so forth. So 7 minus 4 equals to 3, 11 minus 7 equals to 4, 16 minus 11 equals to 5, 22 minus 16 equals to 6. Now we are getting a pattern here, which is 3, 4, 5, 6, which means the next number once it gets subtracted should be 7. So whatever number is that we are looking for, once we subtract it from 22, the answer should be 7, which means if we add 7 to 22, we should get our answer, which is 22 plus 7 is 29. Next question, which of the following is the opposite of the word expense? Income is what increases wealth and expense is what decreases wealth. So our answer is B. Next one is which number has the lowest value? Here the tip is to solve the difficult ones first, which is 1 by 7 and 1 by 5. If we can bring that into decimal, then we can compare all the numbers. So what we can simply do is compare C versus D first, which is whether C is lower or D is lower. Here, when the denominator is bigger, that number would be lower. So we clearly know that C is lower than D. So we can cancel out D. This way we only have to solve for C and we don't have to solve for D at all. Then we solve for 1 by 7. 1 by 7 is 0.14, which is lower compared to A and B, and hence our answer will be C. Next one, question 7. What is the next number in the sequence? So we have 59, 38, 21, 17, 4. What we will do is, as I said, first try the addition and subtraction. So 59 minus 38 is 21. 38 minus 21 is 17. So what is happening is once we subtract the two numbers next to each other, it takes us to the next number. So when we subtract 38 from 59, we get 21. When we subtract 21 from 38, we get 17. 17 from 21, we get 4. And then when we subtract 4 from 17, we will get 13. So our answer is A. The next question, which is question 8, which of the following is the opposite of the word frugal? Frugal is someone who saves and wasteful is someone who wastes. So wasteful. Question 9. Here, which of the figures below comes next in the sequence of figures shown above? Now here the tip is pick one difference first and locate it across each of the shapes. So here black dot increases by 1, so the figure should have 3 black dots, which means that we can easily eliminate A because it has 4 black dots. Now we know from the 3 shapes above that white dots are always 4, so we can easily eliminate D because it only has 3 white dots. And then black dot is added in a sequence. So it is on the top one, then the next, and then there should be the third black dot should be coming in the sequence in the same pattern. So we can simply eliminate C because in C the black dot doesn't get added at the bottom, rather it moves towards the right, which is wrong. And hence our answer is B after elimination. Question number 10. What is the next number in the sequence below? So here I tried subtraction and addition. So 112 minus 56 give me 56. 56 minus 28 gives me 28. So here essentially what is happening is that the number is getting divided by 2. So 112 divided by 2 is 56. 56 divided by 2 is 28. 28 divided by 2 is 14. 14 divided by 2 would be 7. So the answer is A. The next one is thirsty is to drink as exhausted is to. When you're thirsty, you drink. When you're exhausted, you rest. So the answer is D. Question number 12. Which of the figures below comes next in the sequence of figures shown above? Now, shaded area is moving counterclockwise, staying in the corners. So it will move in the corners, it will stay in the corners and move counterclockwise. So we can eliminate A and D because the only option where it is moving counterclockwise is either C or B. So B or C is where it will move counterclockwise. Other we can simply eliminate. Now black moves only one space, which is only happening in option B, and hence we will select B. Again, the idea here is that if you find the question difficult, start with elimination. Eliminate the wrong ones and then you are left with easy choices. And then if you are challenged with time and you don't know which one to pick, you can make a guess. Guessing between two options is much easier as compared to guessing between 4 options. Question number 13, which number has the lowest value? Now here we will simply have to use our calculator and convert these numbers into decimals because it is difficult to do it via fraction. So A is 0.25 minus 0.125 and so on and so forth. If you see, I have done the calculations here and then we pick the number which is lowest, which is D. So D is our answer because that is the lowest number. Question 14, which of the following is the opposite of the word hypothetical? Hypothetical is like an assumption, while confirmed is certain. So we pick C. Question number 15. Here the tip is to add the first number that comes after the decimal, which is, let's say in case of option 1 is 3, 5, 1. So 3 plus 5 plus 1 is 9, 0.9. Similarly, we keep adding the numbers just to make it easy, because when you see two numbers after decimals, it becomes difficult to make the addition. However, if you just assume it to be one number or just take only one number and add them together, you can simply get the answer. Here our answer is C because C is the lowest, which is 2 plus 2 plus 4 is 8, 0.8. Question 17, a customer telephone center receives 1200 calls in 24-hour period. Remember what I talked is whenever you find a longer script question, convert it into formula so you don't have to read it again. So total number of calls are 1200 in 24 hours. 75% of these calls occur between 9:30 and 3:30, which is around 6 hours. So we write it in formula as well, which is 75% of 1200, which is 900 calls occur in 6 hours. If each person handles 10 calls an hour, again we write 1 person equals to 10 calls per hour, which essentially means that 1 person in 6 hours can handle 60 calls. So how many people are needed to handle calls during these hours? So if 1 person can handle 60 calls, how many people do we need to handle 900 calls, which would be 900 divided by 60, and the answer is 15. Question 18. The two figures above share a common feature. One of the figures below does not share this same feature. Which figure below does not share the common feature? The direction of the arrow is moving right except for option A. So option A is our answer. Question 19. What is the next number in the sequence? 3, 2, 6, 4, 9, 6. Here, if you see, there is no addition and subtraction going on. Rather, there is multiples that we see here of 3 and 2. So 3, 6, 9 is multiple of 3 and 2, 4, 6. So first number is multiple of 3, then second number is multiple of 2, then third number is multiple of 3 and so on and so forth. So 3, 2, 6, 4, 9, 6, and after this we need to have a multiple of 3. So we have 3, 6, 9 and the multiple after 9 of 3 would be 12. So our answer is A. The two figures above share a common feature. One of the figures below does not share this same feature. Which figure below does not share the common feature? All shapes are symmetrical except for shape D. By symmetry, what is meant is if you fold the shape from where there is a line, they are mirror image, except for option D, which is not a mirror image. If you fold shape D from the straight line, then it won't be a mirror image. Question 21. Sam has been asked to prepare 40 documents. Again, we write it in formulas. 40 documents in 2 days, which is 40 documents in 2 days. There are 8 hours in each work day, 8 hours per day, and which means that in 2 days there will be 16 hours. So we have 16 hours available. Each document takes 30 minutes to prepare. So one document equals to 30 minutes, which is half an hour. So we write it in formula again. Assuming Sam works both days, and Sam is working both days, how many hours of help will he need to finish the work? So 40 documents will need 20 hours, which is 40 divided by 2, because each document takes 30 minutes. So 40 documents will take 20 hours, half of that. So we need 20 hours. Now Sam, when he works 2 days, he spends 16 hours. So Sam is working 16 hours, but we need 20 hours. So we need help with 4 hours. So 20 minus 16, balance is 4. And hence answer is A. Question number 22. The two figures above share a common feature. One of the figures below does not share the same feature. Which figure below does not share the common feature? Well, all shapes have corners of same size except D. D is the only shape where the sizes of the corners or the lines that are making the shape are different in size. Question 23. A shape is to this shape as this shape is 2. Now tip, start with one factor and track it across shapes. Outside color moves inside. So the gray outside in the circular shape moves inside, which means black should move inside. In our rectangular shape, black should move inside. So we eliminate A and C because only B and D are shapes where black is inside. Again, here the beauty is, even if you don't know the answer going forward from here onwards, you at least have 2 options to guess between. Now the second factor is inside color goes one level outside, which is the black color in the circular shapes goes one level outside and takes the place of white color, which in our case is option B, where the shaded color just moves one level outside. Which of the following is opposite of the word biased? Biased is when you are not objective. So objective is opposite. Which of the figure below comes next in the sequence of figures shown above? Here again, the tip is to pick one factor first. There is always one dotted circle and its place keeps changing, moving up each time. We can simply eliminate A as there is no dotted circle, and eliminate B since the placement of dotted circle cannot be same as the one shared in the third shape. So A and B can be eliminated. With each proceeding shape, there is one additional arrow that faces left. So we pick C, because between C and D, all 3 arrows should be left, which is only possible in C. Last question we have here is question number 26, where again this shape is to this shape as this shape is to. Again, the tip is start with one factor and track it across shapes. The color changes places, so our option is D. So the black color goes outside and the shaded color comes inside. Similarly, the white color will go outside and the shaded color will come inside in the square, as it is happening in the triangle. Thank you for watching this video. As I requested earlier, one favor to ask, which is make sure to press the like button and also subscribe to the channel. Thank you.